Hell no, man. Keisha, she gonna be at the motherfucking party, nigga. I'm on my
faded.
You don't hear me though.
Hey, that bitch got body.
Hell yeah, she got body, man. Shit, boy, I'm about to get with her though.
I heard that.
Let me see what's up in this motherfucker. And you ain't gotta be creeping. I don't know why you trying to act like you cleaning up. Man, I always think we gonna steal something.
You know what you want, dog?
Go ahead and give me that OE. Yeah.
I'm finna fuck with some of this odds.
Oh, no, boy. Oh, man, I'm from the old school, brother. Yeah.
You not to drink beer in store.
Hey, man, I'ma pay you. Hey, look, bitch, stop following me around this motherfucker. You getting on my nerves.
Hurry up and buy.
Shut the fuck up, man.
You just pay and leave.
Hey, man, I said I'ma pay you. Won't you calm your motherfucking nerves?
Damn, hurry up and go.
Hey, man, won't you go ahead and get me, bro?
I got your back. You get my change.
Hey, won't you give my homeboy his change?
I don't want any trouble. Just get out.
I can't stand y'all.
I feel sorry for your mother.
Alright, Shalom. As always, I want to start these videos by giving all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son for this wisdom and knowledge. That is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha Rakah Kodash, as well as the double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, Great Millstone, whom I learned this truth under, and a Shalom to the rest of the elders in Akim around the globe, bringing this word out within sincerity, truth, and diligence. And let me right here. So this is I use this for an intro, the scene from the early 90s, I believe it was 93 movie Menace to Society, and I got this video titled Memphis is a Judite Hellhole. I'm currently in Memphis, Tennessee, and this shit was fucked up to see. I was here a couple months ago, maybe even a month ago, and I wanted to get some food. They had some place called, I think, JR Fish and Chicken, whatever. So as I pulled up to the chicken spot, I saw this Japanese restaurant. I was like, ooh, let me try that. I be on the road a lot. I can always get some chicken. Let me get something different. So I pulled up to the Japanese restaurant, and this bitch was rude as fuck. You know what I mean? She ain't had no manners. She ain't like, get your money, take it and go. And that's how these heathen nations look at us. Like this guy you see on the screen right here. That's how the heathen is. We live in a upside down twilight zone like hell. The heathens look at us like we're heathens. You know what I'm saying? And hold on. And then as well as I went to that JR Fish and Chicken. You know, I thought it's a chicken spot in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm thinking it's going to be run by Jake's. I pull up in there and it's Cushites, East Africans running it. And then I go across the street to the corner store to get some Arizona iced teas. And I see some hats. And then I go to the cash register and it's some so-called Arabs, some Ishmaelites running there. And Memphis is predominantly Judite. It's a predominantly so-called black city. You can't go nowhere in Memphis without seeing no so-called black people. Yet you go to any of these businesses and they just siphoning, they just running through Jake pockets. You know what I'm saying? And looking at Jake like an animal, like this Ammonite right here. And it inspired me to do a lesson. I didn't even eat yet. I figured I had to touch on this because it's crazy to be in a predominantly Judite city, yet all the businesses is run by other people, and it really, knowing this truth, it go to some of these cities, especially these predominantly Judite cities, it's highlighted times 10. You can really see the curses that the Lord put on us. Deuteronomy 28 verse 28. The Lord shall spite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. And just moving around briefly in the city of Memphis, you see nothing but these black single mothers, gang of kids, ain't no man, ain't no husband with them, got they bonnets and little wigs, and their face be all fucked up, and it's what else was yeah, you see the curses on our women, and it's the Lord put them curses. You see nothing but these single mothers and all these kids with no men, and then the Lord, it's nothing but you can feel the oppression going into these businesses. Continuing on, Leviticus, because the Lord said, for our disobedience, he was going to throw our ass into a land of all our enemies. And going back to this Menace to Society intro, you can see where we're in the land of our enemies. Look at how these heathen nations look at us. This is exactly what I experienced today in the Ammonite restaurant. Leviticus 26 verse 38, and ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. And that's current day here in Babylon the Great America. We getting our ass kicked down here. All these heathen nations have become confederate against us, starting mainly with the so-called white man, Esau Edom. He's the head of these heathen nations, just like Judah is the head of the 12 tribes, and Judah is catching pure hell. That's why I titled this Memphis is a Judite hellhole. You got nothing but Judites in here, and it's oppression on every level. You can't ignore this. You can see it, you can feel it. It's everywhere. Meanwhile, these other nations they chilling, they prospering off our oppression and bloodshed and misery. Deuteronomy 28 verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. That's talking about Esau Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. He's the stranger that is within thee, but as well as the rest of these heathen nations are strangers to the Israelites. So Esau Edom, he got up high above us, and then he made a confederation with the rest of these heathen nations to keep us down and oppressed. That's why the next verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. You go to any hood in America, you see nothing but these check cashing stores all in all these hoods. We don't have the finances or resources, but they gonna use usury. They're gonna give us the money to lend, but then tax us and hit us up with interest on top of that, which shows you where we're in a low state. We're the tail and Esau's the head. Moving on to how these nations have begun, they basically tag team to kick our ass, and they doing a really good job at it. This is Psalms the 83rd chapter. Let's start at verse 2. For thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. For they have consulted together, and with one consent they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, and the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. So you got Edom, so-called white people, starting with them. They were listed first. Ishmael, you so-called Arabs. Moab, so-called Chinese, as well as Ammon, so-called Japanese, and Amalek, the tip of the spear of Edom, the Jewish people that run everything. It says that Amalek was the first of the nations, but at the end he shall perish forever. And it also, the Lord says that he'll have war with Amalek for generation to generation. So it's clear as day who's first in this society and who's dead last. Okay, and let's close off on this, going back to how these nations have teamed up to kick our ass, starting with Judah, and then those curses go on down to the rest of the 11 tribes. This is going to be Lamentations, the 2nd chapter, starting at verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. And going back to this intro, that's how these heathen nations look at us. They look at us like dogs, like animals. Get your shit and get the fuck out. No type of manners, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they got the power. They're currently in a higher state than us, and we're being oppressed on all levels, on all sides, especially in these predominantly Judite cities. Your Baltimore's, Philly, south side of Chicago, west side, Memphis, Jacksonville. You see all nothing but madness going on, and it just highlights that the Lord, he said he was going to jack us up, and the Lord wasn't lying. He really did that. But we also know that this is a temporal punishment, and I can't wait till, Lord willing, we be the first of that crown to put these bitch ass heathen nations up in chains too, for them teaming up on our oppression and downfall. I hope this is edifying. Shalom.